inside the men's fashion community, whether you're a video maker or just a watcher of the channels. We all love to kind of grow together, get new tips, have discussions in the comments. But when the video goes viral and the rest of the world and the rest of YouTube gets to see it, that's when you see a lot of like the comments come through where we just kind of rub guys the wrong way sometimes. So in this video, I'm gonna play a little bit of the devil's advocate here and list the top 5 reasons why some guys do not like fashion YouTubers. And make sure you stick around to the very end because I got some facts for you that are going to blow your mind.
Ooh, I'm a pretty man. Ooh, that's that ugly style.
First reason why some guys hate style YouTubers is because they feel personally attacked. When they're watching a video and one of us calls out a certain style that they love or something that they really love, like, man, I really love those cargo shorts, or I really love this hoodie that you said was out of style, or I'm a hype beast and I love to like wear all the logos, and we're like, nah, that shit's trash. They get offended and immediately get defensive in the comments. But to be fair, we can be really condescending sometimes. I think the most of YouTube, especially in the fashion space, really tries to like wag their finger at streetwear like somehow it's inferior, which I don't think is the case. And streetwear guys sometimes look at the suited guys and the dapper guys like, oh, you're an old man, suits are for old men, and that's not true either. And regardless of all that, if we didn't have opinions about stuff, if we never critiqued anything and everything was just positive and happy, how could you know you could trust us? We are the guys that study this stuff, we look this stuff up, we experiment with things. Some of us are actually classically trained in fashion design like I am. So when we're sharing our opinion, we're just doing our best to bring you value, so there goes that. The second thing on this list is the one thing y'all complain about a lot, is too many sponsored videos too often. As an up-and-coming YouTuber, I get lots of comments about, man, I'm so glad you don't give me ads like these other guys do. Time out. I do give you ads sometimes, but I just don't give you as many ads. And part of the reason is that I'm not as popular as a lot of these guys are. And 2, you gotta think about all the time these guys put into giving you guys value over the years. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of videos. So if you trust these guys, if you trust me, if you trust us here as the creators on this platform, then you should trust that the brands that we're bringing you are the brands that we actually believe in, that we like. So let me ask you this. Would you rather your favorite YouTuber leave YouTube because he has to go get a job, or continue to bring you value, but then also do ads so that he can actually live and have a life and like thrive? The third reason some guys hate fashion YouTubers is because they think that grooming and self-care and caring about fashion is girly or insecure. And I get where they're coming from, because some guys feel like if I care about what everybody else thinks of me, that's insecure and I'm not a man. But most of us that get it, we're not doing it for everybody else, we're doing it for ourselves. If it makes you feel confident, it makes you feel better to dress a certain way or to work on your grooming or better yourself, then that just gives you an edge over everybody else in life. So if you think about it, it's really manly and really competitive to get a leg above everybody else by being better, taking care of yourself more, dressing better. The fourth reason why some guys hate fashion YouTubers is because they're too perfect. If you look at all the biggest channels, these guys have full heads of hair, 6-packs, big muscles, perfectly tailored suits. So for some guys, that can be very alienating and make them feel like they don't belong because these guys have everything together. So when I make my fashion videos for bigger guys or bald guys or short guys, you guys will leave comments like, man, finally a real dude. So obviously there's something there where you guys maybe not being able to relate to certain people, but if you think about it, they worked hard to get those bodies. They put in time to groom their skin and get their hair a certain way to learn these skills so they can give them to you. So they have to practice what they preach, and we all have to look our best for y'all so we can actually give fair reviews on things after we try them. So wouldn't you expect us to kind of be our best when we give you tips on like what we're experts at? And last but not least on this list is probably the biggest complaint from within the community, and that is repetitive info over and over again in different videos. I know I've done it before when I've given the same tip in multiple videos, maybe said in different ways. I know all the biggest channels have done it dozens of times and people will try to call them out in the comments, but you have to understand this one thing. This is a fact of the matter, okay? As a human, after you watch something, after 24 hours, you forget 70% of what you just saw. And it takes you about 3 or 4 times to hear and see something before the human brain actually holds on to it and it retains it as a memory. And I'm not sure if the rest of these YouTubers know the science behind this, but there actually is validity to us repeating things 3 or 4 times, because that's when you finally remember it and you start using it and you're looking better and you're smelling better and you're more confident. So there goes the reason for that. So now that I'm done going over those 5, I would love to hear from y'all. What are some of the things that annoy you about men's fashion YouTube? And now that you kind of understand the perspective from our end, does it help out? Let me know. Let's go ahead and talk in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give your guy a thumbs up. And if you haven't subbed to my channel yet, do that. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.